Alright, in today's lesson we're going to be looking at the Boolean and how to use it. Okay, so to get started, let's add a mesh cylinder. And let's say we decide upon a size for the cylinder, shall we? Let's see, hit N on the keyboard. And then we'll make this maybe 20 by 20 by 5. No, let's go 3. Okay. Let's duplicate this, hit Shift D on the keyboard. And let's make this one 2.5 by 2.5 and by, let's say, 20. Perfect. So we got this thing right here. Let's jump in the top, hit 7 on the keyboard, Z. Let's just make sure that this thing is in the middle of the world. So I'm lining it up with the crosshairs, the green and the red. And then I'm roughly going to put this one right about here. Generally rough. Then I'm going to put one here, and here, and here. So I Shift D and then move it around. Alright, well that looks like a button. Weird, right? Let's make a little bit of an impact on the button, just a little, just like make it interesting. Teach you a little bit more. So click on the button, hit Tab, Face, hold Alt and Shift at the same time and you get an edge ring, just like I learned before. Hit Control E, right click. That kind of cancels the operation of move when you right click, so it leaves it in a state like this. You never want to leave it all the way like this because see these faces right here? Those hidden faces can lead to potential problems later on. So if you go like this, you can now look at shrink and flatten, push and pull. Okay, if I push and pull, I click on it and I start moving the mouse down. You can see that what happens is, yeah, it pulls it out, but it also gives a little bit of an arc there. You see it? So now it's kind of a concave plate. So right click, click shrink and flatten. Now mouse down. This one allows you to pull it out and keep the inside non-concaved. So that's the difference between push and pull, shrink and flatten. Okay, let's shrink and flatten it to about right here. Let's also hold Shift and Alt, Control E, and let's move this up a little bit. So we're making this little ridge. Let's do that again. Shift and Alt, Control E, shrink and flatten. Cool. So now it's got this little ridge that we put in there. That's interesting enough to, kind of do something. How about Control R? Click. And then we'll push this down just a little bit. We'll do the same with this one. Control R. Push that down. So now we have this. Alright, now how a Boolean works is we're going to take these and we're going to kind of like cut away at the surface using these. Now this is not very good for geometry for a game. Okay, you would only probably use this for things that are non-textured items. So if you went to try to texturize this button with a Boolean that had got, it's really hard to align the faces. So anything that's a non-textured 3D model, Booleans are great for that, in my humble opinion. Alright, so go to the next video, I'll show you how to use Booleans.